Welcome to Medhurst. Before meeting our patients, we need to address some protocols. First, please don't interrupt the patient should they decide to share. You are here only as an observer. Next, you are not obligated to believe everything they tell you. A healthy amount of cynicism is your best defense against deception. Finally, if you need to leave the room for any reason, please do so calmly and quietly. Sudden movements can trigger some patients. Should a situation occur, the room will go under lockdown, and no one will be allowed out until it is under control. We hope you find your visit enlightening.
The first time I killed someone still haunts me. It happened as I drove to work one morning. The air was crisp and the bright sky, golden in the east, shone blue and cloudless. A mist hung over the ponds and clung to the low-lying terrain on either side of the highway. Wherever clusters of trees sprang up, sunlight broke into distinct shafts, giving a mystical feel to the day. Traffic was tight but moved along the freeway at high speeds. The limit was 65, but I stayed in the passing lane, cruising closer to 80 since I wouldn't be exiting for another 10 miles. A semi pulled up on my right, blocking the bright sun and the sight of any oncoming traffic from the next exit. As I listened to an audiobook recommended by my boss, another self-help tome, promising to inspire me to be a more effective leader, I found my thoughts straying and turned off the droning voice of the reader. My mind drifted toward things waiting for me in the office. Upper management kept piling on the responsibilities, but with every completed task, they moved the target, and my best efforts were scrapped. They made me feel smaller and smaller, incapable of making any difference in the company, no matter what the books told me. The whine of a crotch rocket suddenly beside me gave me a start. He weaved through traffic along the dotted lines like a verifiable madman with a death wish. A glance at my speedometer showed 83, but he was passing me like I was parked. Whether it was a nervous twitch caused by fear and the surge of adrenaline, or an impulsive flare of indignation, I don't know. But I turned my wheel ever so slightly toward the sound. My front bumper clipped the bike's back tire, sending the rider somersaulting. Time stopped. The twisting motorcycle sprayed sparks across the pavement as an arrogant effigy of flesh and leather hung upside down in midair. He landed in front of the wheels of the semi that swerved to avoid the inevitable. A sickening thud followed by tires bouncing over the rolling body, which popped like a watermelon, wound with hundreds of rubber bands. The spray hit the side of my car as the semi careened across 2 lanes and jackknifed in the mists of the ditch on the other side, taking 3 cars along with it. The biker was dead. It took only a single irreversible instant to make it happen, a mere millisecond to twitch in his direction. I wonder what his last thought might have been as the world around him spun. Did his nervous system shut down from the jolt as he landed, or did he feel the impact of the road, the rub of asphalt, or the crushing weight of a semi-trailer pinching him in half? To this day, I'm not sure it was an accident. Surely, I could have kept my wheels straight. I could have eased off the gas and let him by. By swerving left instead of right, he may have made it to wherever he was going, met the woman of his dreams perhaps, gone on to create a loving family and generations of successful, upstanding citizens. I remember it much more clearly than the last time I took a life. That was a girl, I think. She looked out over the Grand Canyon, taking in the view from a precarious point as I strolled by. An unintended nudge or a premeditated shove sent her off the cliff, not sure which. There was no motive. I don't even try to figure out why anymore. After all, I'm small, helpless, unable to affect the world in the slightest. But then, maybe the books are right. Maybe I do make a difference.